Hello, my name is Marc-Andre Hamelin, and I will be performing at the Y on December 12th, 2009. The program starts with the Haydn variations in F minor, and then we go to the Liszt Sonata in B minor. After an interval, the wonderful Sixth Nocturne by Gabriel Fauré, and then we finish with the Schumann C major Fantasy. I added the Schumann Fantasy because I've been playing it forever, and it's a piece I've always felt very comfortable and very passionate about. And it offers, pairing it with the Liszt Sonata I think is very fascinating because Liszt dedicated his sonata to Schumann and Schumann dedicated the fantasy to Liszt. And that's always a very, very nice thing to consider. The history of these dedications, however, is a little unfortunate because in the case of the Liszt Sonata, Liszt dedicated to Schumann, after Schumann would have been able to appreciate it because Schumann was already very mentally ill, and I don't think even ever got to hear the work, if I'm not mistaken. In a way, I think a piece like the Schumann Fantasy is rather difficult to understand because it's so enigmatic. I would perhaps compare it with some of the some of Beethoven's last sonatas in that there's very much an aura of mystery, and the music and the interpretation can go so many different ways. The notation, the flow of ideas is so unconventional that it can be understood in many different ways. And I think this makes a continued and sustained relationship with a work like this extremely interesting because in performance it is very unlikely to come out twice the same way. For many years, the Liszt Sonata, I regarded it as a piece which people really did not go to concerts to hear the Liszt Sonata. They didn't want to hear the piece. They wanted to hear what this pianist would do with this piece and how this pianist would play it. I'm not sure they were interested in whether the pianist really got close to what Liszt wanted. So I never felt that I wanted to be in that company, but I think I've risen above that now. And I feel confident enough about what I have seen in the score through a deep examination of it and analysis of it, that I'm hoping that the conclusions I have drawn, the interpretive conclusions that I've come to while studying, will be as close as possible to the truth. We shall see. The Y is a very, very special place. I've enjoyed both my appearances here, previous appearances, tremendously. I've always really liked the acoustics here. The pianos have been wonderful. What else can I say? The audience is great.